G'day guys, Steve here from Dirt Bike ADV. Thursday night after work, just come home and got the work boots off, the thongs on, went for a bit of a swim on the way past to the shed. Now I'm in the shed, enjoying a beer. Cheers. A bit happening last week. I intended to put a video out over the weekend and saying I'd chosen the Transalp as my preferred twin. And on the Friday night and the Saturday, I come across the CF Moto MTX. Went, oh, what's that? As you're aware, if you watch that video, sort of did a quick bit of research and thought, oh, that's an interesting bike. That's worth looking at. So it sort of threw me out a little bit. So anyway, I said, Transalp it is, and I'm still sticking to that. There's been lots of good comments, lots of good advice, and I really do appreciate that. As I keep banging on about, I won't ask you to subscribe or like or to do all that rubbish. You can do whatever you like. It's your time. You're watching my videos in your spare time, so you do whatever you like. But the comments I really appreciate, and I've just got such a wide range of experience with all sorts of bikes. And guys are ringing up bikes and saying, you know, they've had a fantastic run out of the Suzuki V-Strom. They've had a fantastic run out of a Transalp. You know, they've had a fantastic run out of the 790s and the 890s. And so it's really good to see. So yeah, so I do appreciate that, guys. But the CF Moto 800 MTX, am I going to buy a Chinese bike is the question here. I'll tell you what, full credit goes to the Chinese. When we compare them to the Japanese, they're innovating. The Chinese are just innovating. So, are the Chinese up to speed? Are they up to the same level as the Europeans and the Japanese? For that matter, are the Indians with the Royal Himalayan and the Royal Enfield brand, you know? Are they up to spec, you know? You know what? I'm sort of thinking they are, to be perfectly honest. I've given this Chinese bike, this CF Moto, serious consideration. I've looked at the specs and gone, gee, this is a well spec'd up bike. It actually looks really good and it's well spec'd up. It's got a lot of things I like. High front guard, flat seat, 22.5 litre suspension, 48mm front suspension, fully adjustable, 230 travel front and rear, fully adjustable. It is not the KYB like the MT450s, but it's certainly their brand, their Wan brand or something. Time will tell on that. They've got, you know, traction control, cornering ABS, switchable ABS on the rear, slipper clutches, quick shifters. Oh God, the list goes on and on and on, you know. A nice 7-inch TFT screen. The way they've run the exhaust looks really neat. Good patch plate under the front. It's the full package. It's the real deal. Credit to the Chinese. And I've been saying this for 3 years, and I've said it before. You know, they really have come of age. I've been bought some camping gear and some bits and pieces direct from Chinese websites. The delivery's good. The packaging's good. The follow-up, the emails you get saying, yeah, it's been sent off, it's all good. Chinese have really lifted their game. And it wasn't a matter of if. I see this as no criticism of the Chinese. It was just a matter of when, you know. And now is when, you know. And so, yeah. A really, really good offering. And not a bad bike as well, too. So, yeah. Am I going to change my mind and go, do I drop the idea of the Transalp and just order a, you know, CF Moto 800? Yeah. I spoke to the dealer on Friday when I first heard about these bikes, and he said, oh yeah, we don't know when they're coming out, but pretty soon, blah, blah, blah. He rang me back on the Monday and said they've been released over the weekend. So yeah, that was quite interesting. He rang me, doing a really good job, what dealers do, and I love the dealer model, but sometimes there's a discussion to be had about the dealer model, to be perfectly honest. But in this case, the dealer model's working very well. He rang me on Monday and said, oh, listen, they're taking orders now. If you order one now, you'll get a 3 matching coloured helmet, and it's $15,000. If you wait a month, the bike's going to go up to $16,000. Still pretty good buying, you know. It's at $16,000. It's roughly the same price as the Transalp. So I think the Transalp is 15 something in the high 15s. So yeah, so you know, I'm sitting there. I hung the phone up and I'm talking to Paul from the local Powerhouse Motorcycles in Pakenham, and I'll go, geez, that's genuinely tempting. $1,000 down. Orders get priority over dealer bikes, so you're going to be one of the first to get the bikes. $1,000 down, then I owe them $14,000 in a couple of months' time, and I got a helmet, a nice matching helmet, an ADV helmet. So and I'm going, jeepers creep, that really made me think. But, and it's a big but. There's always a but, isn't there? I love me butts, especially on girls. For me, there's questions over the suspension. Is it tunable? Is it components we can repair, fix, change if we don't like the setups and that sort of stuff? That's the first thing. The other but is probably it's a 790 engine. Are they going to have cam issues? I've seen a video of a CF Moto pulled down at 10,000 miles, so it's about 18,000 Ks or something like that, and there were some very small signs of wear on the cam lobes. I went, oh, that's interesting. And, at that sort of mileage, you probably think there probably shouldn't be any signs of wear. The fingernail test didn't reveal any gouging at that stage, so there was just a little bit more wear than what you'd expect out of a bike that's done 10,000 miles. But, it's probably got another 20 or 30,000 miles in it before it's a problem. But it just planted that little seed of doubt. So the suspension, the 790 engine, is there going to be cam issues? Oh, listen, I'm a great one for sort of suck it and see, just have a crack and if it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, so be it. The thing with the engine is that they offer a 2-year warranty and plus another year warranty if you get it serviced by us regularly as per the service manual by a CF Moto dealer. So if you get it serviced by a CF Moto dealer, then they'll extend the warranty to 3 years. So then you go, oh God, this proposition is getting better and better and better. It's like, it's really sort of hard to go, oh geez, no, it was very tempting. For me personally, and again, this comes down to the dealer model, I need to go, like I did, I had the Transalp there, I had the Touareg there, I had the Tenere there at Pete Stevens in Dandenong. I poked, I prodded, I've already sat on the Tenere, I've already sat on the Transalp. I didn't get to sit on the Touareg, the bulk was sold. I didn't feel like it was the right thing to do by the new owner. And so I haven't sat on a Touareg. Still love to ride one, as I say, to me at the moment, for if there was no such thing as a 690, as I said in the other video, or an AJP, definitely that's the bike for me, Touareg. Really good, capable off-road bike. I'm not looking for a capable off-road bike because I've got an adventure bike in the AJP. For a touring bike, the CF Moto ticks a shit ton of boxes, I can tell you. So the question is, am I going to put $1,000 down and buy a CF Moto 800 MTX? The answer is no. I need to poke, prod, look, feel, get a feel for the bike. Just going and seeing the Touareg really told me that it was worth the money, that extra money above the Tenere cost and above the Transalp cost and above well, it was pretty similar to a 790 to be honest, but I go, yes, it was a really, really well-made bike, so I can justify the extra cost above, mainly the Transalp and the Tenere. This is obviously 15 grand at the moment, going to 16 grand, but still, I want to go poke and prod the bike. And that's, to me, the dealer model in a lot of respects is important, but in other respects I question the dealer model. Royal Enfield, for example, you can buy their bikes online, and I've seen guys getting the AJPs delivered in crates and the Royal Enfields delivered in crates, and that really appeals to me as well, being able to unwrap your own little motorbike, So, yeah, I don't know. That's a subject for another discussion, another time. But am I going to buy a CF Moto, put $1,000 down now, be one of the first in the country to own one? I'd love to. If I was a big rock moto, if I was a guy that was right into reviewing bikes and a content creator, I'd probably do it. That's not what I'm about. I'm not a content creator. I'm just coming out in the shed speaking of beers. It's pretty hot actually. We've had a hot run of weather. I'm just a bloke coming out in the shed My tripod sits over there. I just bring a camera out and waffle on. My wife doesn't like listening to me about waffling on about motorbikes, so I come out and talk to you guys. And lucky for me, there's always someone listening, which is kind of cool. So yeah. So yes, no, I'm not going to buy a CF Moto. I'm going to stick to the idea. I will hold off buying the Transup. I'll say that. To be brutally honest, I'm going to sit on my hands for a little while. I'm going to see a couple of CF Motos in person, whether it's at the dealership or guys that are riding them around or whatever, and then I'll make my final decision. As I said to you last year, I'm in no rush. I've got a beautiful bike in the AJP. I've got a lightweight bike in the 350 TT. If I want to go out and do a bit of single trail or something, I've got a pretty good setup now. I was just looking for that long trip touring bike. So yeah, but I'm in no rush at all. So yeah, probably they're talking late February, early March, which is really only 4 to 6 weeks away. So sort of 8 weeks away, I'll probably have a bit of a feel. And certainly as soon as there's one on the showroom floor, even if it's sold, I'll probably go down and have a look at it and see what I reckon. But well done to CF Moto. You look at their website, you know, they've got a really good website. You know, it's obviously run by a head office back in China, and you know they're doing everything right. They're ticking so many boxes with the MT450, and that's got KYB suspension, and now the 800 MTX. You know, you just go, gee, there's a couple of really solid offerings. So, yeah, I'm sort of in some ways, I'm excited for the market. You know, I'm feeling a little bit, you know, sorry for KTM because they're going to get a bit of pressure on them now. Their 390 release, their latest 390 release is brilliant. Well done. Absolutely, you're going to hit the mark with that bike. And all the different model ranges you can get, that's going to be a good seller for them. And probably something that should have been done a long time ago, that sort of CRF Rally 300, that size of bike. But I'd argue that 280 cc's for a 140 kilo bike doesn't quite add up. A little bit the same with the MT450, power to weight, so it doesn't quite add up for me, but certainly there's a good sector there of people that would ride those sorts of bikes. And so CF Moto have hit the mark with their 450, and to be honest, I think they're going to hit the mark with this 800. I think it's going to go really well for them. I know, like I said, it made me have some serious thought. I sat there sort of thinking at my desk, looking at the photos going, I'm struggling to find a reason not to buy it. And the only reason in the end was just a little bit of doubt about, you know, cams and about longevity. And a subscriber, you know, brought up resale as well too. And I went, yeah, fair call, you know. But don't know, the proof's going to be in the pudding. Let's watch this space and see how these 800 MTXs go. But a very exciting time to be in the motorcycle industry. Not that I'm in the industry, but to be watching the industry and see how the other guys react. There's a little bit of talk of Kawasaki producing a KDX again. I've had a KDX before, they were a brilliant bike, and you know, that's a bit exciting because Kawasaki KDXs were legendary. If Honda was to produce, say, a 450 Rally, what a bike that would be. Gee, that would be bloody solid, I tell you. You know, KTM would produce this 390. If KTM were sort of to do I'm going to say a adventurized 500, that would be a great seller as well for them. You know, so yeah, there's some opportunities there for the Japs and the Europeans. But if they don't play the game, they're going to fall behind the Chinese and the Indians. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's enough waffle from me. It's actually pretty hot in the shed. We've had a hot run of weather, so I'll probably duck back inside in the air conditioning and edit this and put it up for maybe tomorrow or something like that. Very interesting times we live in, guys. Very interesting times. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll hope to see you out on the trail soon. Cheers.